Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 5. We're on round 5. We're going to adjust the names real quick. We have John Martin on the left, and he is going to be on the aptly named robots. What does that deck typically go by?
Affinity.
Affinity, but people have shifted into calling it robots, actually.
As there are 0 cards with affinity
in
in the 75 most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. So we're looking to have some sweet interactive gameplay, but at the same time, Tron is strongly represented in the room.
It is. We got another guy on Tron here.
We have Paul Weber, and he's on green-red Tron.
Yeah, it's going to differ from the Eldrazi Tron variant, as he's playing colors, of course.
Yeah. So we're going to see a lot more of him looking to find some of the Ancient Stirrings, Sylvan Scrying, Explore. He's trying to play a lot more high impact than the lower end stuff. Alright, and hopefully we can get these players underway. It looks like they're still just shuffling. Alright, and that's going to be the start for time. So we'll get time started. And Affinity, first time tonight. These players are X1, correct?
Yes, sir. This is, I believe, table 4 in the standings. Because tables 1 and 2, of course, could draw.
And then they get repaired against each other, and then they draw again.
Yes.
That's what they are technically allotted to do.
Yeah, and we didn't pick table 3 because one of the players would have rejected the feature match.
Yeah.
Totally within his rights.
Absolutely. There's no reason to ever infringe on people's playstyles. So let's see, how well versed are you in Affinity? Played the deck for a while myself.
I've played it a couple of times, but of course I've played against it for a decade. A decade plus, because the deck it's when it was extended there was an Affinity deck. When it was modern, there's been an Affinity deck.
Yeah. Alright, so we have Paul on the play, and we got it underway, and that's going to be a star.
And that, by the way, is the correct art for Urza's Power Plant.
So we have a Blink Moth leading off on a Signal Pest.
Quite the slow start there for robots.
Absolutely, but then you can just have this explosive turn too.
Yes. And there's another mine.
Right, so how close is he?
He's there.
He's there. Wow, and he's cracking, and wow, oh my goodness.
There's another power plant in his hand as well.
Wow.
Ancient Stirrings. He's just digging. And
he should still have mana floating. 2.
Yeah.
Or 1. You should still have 1 mana floating.
John playing with the camera.
John saying LOL because Paul's storm count got way too high during that match, during that first particular turn. Alright, it looks like John's thinking about leading off on a Citadel here. Oh, man. It is... Tron itself, the variants that play like only the higher end planeswalkers, actually have a fairly weird matchup with Affinity because those cards interact with colored things.
Yes.
And Affinity itself being a colorless deck.
Yes, of course.
Ornithopter, Springleaf Drum. Looks like he has a Ravager in hand. Yep.
And that can see the table right now. And there it is.
Okay. So they're both doing exactly what they want to do. It's again though, turn 3 Tron. Or it's turn 2.
Here comes a star. 1 mana floating, crack it, get some colored.
Alright. Wow. And that's going to be an Ugin the Spirit Dragon.
Now, does he minus the Lightning Bolt immediately?
It's plus the Lightning Bolt.
It is plus the Lightning Bolt. This card is good.
Yeah, you minus to exile. Get the wording for it on there.
Yeah.
I believe it's non-land perms with a certain CMC, but I think it's all colored ones. And it looks like he went to bolt the Arcbound Ravager and or possibly the Ornithopter, and the Ravager is just going to eat the drum and the Ornithopter.
Looks like he ate the drum and the Ornithopter, and now he's putting it all on the Pest.
Okay, so he did target the Ravager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less. That's one or more colors.
Exactly.
Yep,
so they have to be
minus
colored
X.
permanents.
Yeah. So
The bolt being the optimal ability here until you can just ult, right?
yes.
Which for John here, that's a little too fast for comfort. Paul can represent an ult real quick.
Okay, we got an animated Blink Moth Nexus.
3, 4, 5.
I believe that's yes, that's 5.
All right, yeah,
And
that's
he
gonna
went
take him
straight
down
to the
50.
face.
Absolutely. There's
agree
no
with this.
reason. Yeah, there's no reason he can't plus Ugin on the Signal Pest because it's a 3/4.
Mm-hmm.
So the bolt ability not being super relevant. He's just gonna
play and crack an expedition map. It's either gonna be a colored source or another tower. Go over the Burn Willows. He wants the colored mana.
okay. Grove doing what?
It taps for a red or a green, and your opponent gains 1 life, as opposed to the more standard you lose 1 life.
Exactly.
Yep, and it comes into play untapped without having to pay any life, so it's not costing him anything.
So John's actually going to gain a life, him tapping the Grove for a color here. And there's Karn. And he's representing mana to play it. He's not.
No, he's
But
only got 6 showing right now.
Next turn, he will have Karn.
Yes, but he does have Worm Coil in hand.
Wow.
And there's Lightning Bolt to the face, I assume.
Yep. It's the only thing worth targeting. John going down to 18. It's funny because both decks have the potential to be slow, but both decks have the potential to be too fast.
Yes, this opening from Paul is one of the stronger Tron openings I believe you can have.
John, looking at Steel Overseer, that just doesn't do much if you dedicate it. It just gets bolted. And that's
he's
going to
scoop it up. Ugin
Wow.
plus Worm Coil was too much for him.
Wow.
And I agree.
Yeah, so John on the basic Mountain version, Modern having these strangely fast matchups that, like I stated before, have the chance of being extremely slow.
Yes.
Like Affinity and Tron could be an interactive matchup, or Tron can just get Nat Tron, or Affinity can just kill them turn 3.
Yeah.
So what is the let's move into robots then. What is robots looking to side in here? 2 Wear and Tears, 1 Relic, 1 Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Ancient Grudge, 1 Gear per Aether Grid, 2 Whip Flare, 2 Blood Moon.
Well, those Blood Moons are coming in.
2 Thoughtseize and 2 Spell Pierce. What do you like here?
I like the Blood Moons and maybe the Thoughtseizes.
Okay.
I don't agree with Gear per Aether Grid.
No.
Not just in this matchup, but in any matchup. I don't think it's a good card out of the board. I don't like it.
Like it only against the Stony Silence matchups, and that's why it's one of.
Okay.
People are kind of shifting off of it, but when your opponent has Stony Silence, it's still a win con, right?
Yeah.
So you think possibly Thoughtseize, definitely Blood Moon.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay. No, probably not Relic. Not Wear and Tear?
Maybe Wear Tear if he's worried about...
Or maybe Ancient Grudge.
Yeah. Depends on what he's worried about coming out of Paul's board.
Let's look at Paul's board. Paul has 2 Pithing Needles, which can put in work here.
Yep, that'd be a good card in the matchup.
And like I
3
said,
Nature's Claims, fantastic.
yeah, there's dead cards in this matchup as well.
Do these Pyroclasms even come in? Does he just keep going?
He has 2 Orbs of Warding.
Wow.
And 2 Platinum Empyrean. Oh man.
So I'm expecting the Pithing Needles and the Nature's Claims.
Absolutely.
And possibly even the Pyroclasms. Just depends on how many cards he wants to bring in.
There's a possibility for a Warping Whale as well.
There is.
Because the third ability is the neg one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So, we'll see. Looks like Paul was looking at taking out Relic. Yeah. He has 3 Relics in his main board, and there was an Ugin that just got slammed out of his main.
Yeah, it may have just won him that game, but you can't rely on that.
No.
Not with robots on the play.
You would rather just get them, especially on the draw. You'd rather get them in the spot where they can't do much. So signing in these Nature's Claims, Pithing Needles, just kind of restrict them on resources, and then start playing World Breakers, Worm Coil Engines, Ulamog, which he has 2 of.
Oh, very nice. It's, and it's the new Ulamog.
Ceaseless Hunger. Oh yeah, because mill, right? Mill 20 upon attacking.
Yeah, that card's pretty good. Thanks, Battle for Zendikar block.
You exile 20 upon attacking, so you can't like spicy tech in for insanity or anything. Because that's only if cards hit the graveyard. Right. All right. So yeah, John just looking to hopefully just have a fast hand here. That's all. That's all he needs.
But he wants a much better hand than the one he had last game.
Yeah, last game he had like a good general setup, unknown opponent, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And you like we saw him write on the piece of paper, LOL. It's
Yeah, Paul had the kind of opening that John wanted to have. Like that Tron opening was
turn 2 Tron.
Yeah, blisteringly fast.
Yeah, like explore, like crack, start, explore, play your other Tron piece. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. What players at 20? Let's see. That's Springleaf Drone, Darksteel Citadel, Vault Scourge, Spire of Industry, Ornithopter. Looks like an Arcbound at the back as well. What does it look like Paul's got? I see some Tron pieces.
They do. Them white bordered Tron pieces.
Right. Opal, Citadel.
That's pretty good.
Springleaf
Drone.
Oh, wow. There we go. This is the type of opening, right?
Yeah, this is exactly what he wanted.
Depending on what he has right here. Ooh, let's see. See what he's thinking about. Scourge.
Vault Scourge. All right. Doesn't even have to pay the life.
Yeah. It's unnecessary. None of your things are going to attack anyways. There's no reason to have them untapped. Let's go.
All right. Power Plant into Sphere.
All right. Spire of Industry, taking over the place of Glimmervoid in these decks.
It's a very good card.
Plating. Vault Scourge. Get in there. Paul's going to do the math for us.
Is that +6? +5? 6.
Wow. All right.
That's just smashing in for 7 there. With lifelink, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, John's gonna jump up. This was the start, right?
Yeah, this was it. This is the hand you want.
Oh my goodness. And he can actually animate and give himself another. Oh.
And there's a Ravager. He's gonna crack. Not sure what he's looking for. Nature's Claim, he got it.
Yeah, so cracking for a green. Nature's Claiming the Cranial.
It's gonna jump John up to 31, but Paul's not just dead here.
Yeah. Obviously doing that in response to the Arcbound. Because you don't want him to be able to sack the plating, right?
No.
Alright, Scourge.
Get in for the 1.
How do you feel about Spire versus the old Glimmervoid?
Spire's much better.
Yeah, you just don't have to sack it if you get Shatterstormed, right?
Yeah. You get to keep it around. Taps for colorless if you have no artifacts.
It pain lands you if you have an artifact.
Yeah, which is perfectly fine if you need a color.
Yeah, and more often than not, you don't even need a color.
It acts as a City of Brass if you control an artifact, but if you don't need it, it's just a waste.
And if John does start drawing like Galvanics, he has plenty of life to play with here.
Yes.
As well as Tron.
2 painless sources of colored mana on the field as well.
Exactly. No Tron here, though, from Paul.
Let's see if he's got another Nature's Claim.
Oh, man.
That could be why he may have been forced to play that forest in order to live. Yeah,
he does.
He's got a Nature's Claim. Looks like he's thinking about that Ravager. Did he target Ravager? Or Vault Scourge? I think Ravager here. And he should be Hellbent. Yep. Eat 2. Eat itself in response. Pump up the Vault Scourge. Well, I don't think he would have eaten it. He would have gained that 4, which they just did. We got a 4/4 Vault Scourge.
36 life to 12 life.
Yep.
Oh, Glimmervoid. So he must be playing the split.
Yeah.
My version in specific is on
take
the
5.
Is on the 4 of Spire.
I agree. That's where I would be as well.
So take 5. Vault Scourge is going to gain him the life. 4 life, and he's going to go up to Commander
40.
Yeah, Commander life.
There's an Ancient Stirrings. That is Tron in play.
So now he's just looking, right?
And is that Chromatic Sphere as his only target? Quite the whiff.
We're gonna have a game 3 from the looks of it, depending on what Paul has in hand.
If this is Wormcoil, we might not.
Vault Scourge flies.
But it's not lethal.
Well, let's see.
And John's Hellbent, depending on what he just drew.
Let's see.
Because He gets cracked for 4, goes to 3. Attacks back, gains 6, goes to 9. Yeah, Wormcoil wins the race, regardless of the fact that he's at 7 right now.
Wow. All right, let's see what John is thinking about doing here.
Turns out that 6/6s with lifelink are very good.
Yeah, the kind that become 2/3/3s when you do finally get rid of them.
Yeah.
Right. And John's gonna gain the life there from the Vault Scourge.
See, that looks like that's a Blood Moon.
Wow. 1 turn late.
It was 1 turn late.
So
and he's got basic forest in place, so his green cards are still alive.
John, he should be at 44 now, being at 38.
He is at 44, yeah.
Unless he blocks here, and he looks like he's not. So he's gonna go down to 38. Paul's gonna go up to 9. All right. Pay red, crack. Play. Pay a red, crack.
Filter through to something. Pay red. Filter to green, Sylvan Scrying. I can only assume this gets him another basic forest, just because every other land is worthless for what it is. And at least the forest... Oh, let's go ahead and get into mine.
Does he have enchantment or removal available to him?
If he has more Nature's Claims, yes. He's already played 2, but he did have a 3rd one in his sideboard, and that does answer Blood Moon.
Looks like John kind of looked a little frustrated here, and understandably so. Wormcoil, as you stated, does do a lot, but that
card's a big game.
The card that just hit the board also does do a lot.
Yes, Ravager does a lot of work.
So, the option that John has available to him now is he can stem the bleeding by attacking now, blocking, and then sacking the blocker so that Wormcoil doesn't deal damage.
Yes, so John won't gain any life. But unfortunately, Paul's at 9, and that Vault Scourge is dealing 4 damage.
Well, exactly, but the next turn
The Ravager will pump, though.
Exactly. So, like, he has the line to win here if Paul just bricks, and Blood Moon is a good way to make Paul brick.
Yeah, regardless of whether you're actually bricking, Blood Moon can just tell you that it's a brick.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's going to get in here for 4. He's going to jump up to 42. And, let's see. Let's see what Paul can do here.
He's got a lot of Tron pieces in his hand.
I'm a big fan of Arcbound right here. This actually worked out for John. It's a little scary for him, though.
Yeah.
Another mountain.
That's exactly what he is, and he's got 2 or 3 more in his hand.
Yep. Block.
I feel like that was the incorrect block.
4 damage. Sack. No, it's the safer block.
You're right. And tap 3 red. Oblivion Stone without the mana to crack it.
Yep. So now he's just hoping that John doesn't see the line to win.
It's almost impossible not to see, though.
He's also hoping that John... Yeah. We're just going to go to game 3. You kind of almost hope that they, like, kind of get scared of another Nature's Claim or something.
Right.
Yeah, John seems like an experienced player, and so does Paul, so they both know. They both know what's going on.
Well, game 1 was explosive from Tron. Game 2 is explosive from robots.
Yeah. You think you change your configuration, or the dead cards, and the good cards are good cards, right?
Yeah, it's basically the same still.
There's no, like, play draw variant, really. Alright, so Paul's going to look to be on the play here, obviously.
Yes.
And he is going to look to stick Tron in a threat before Blood Moon.
As you do.
John would love to have a Blood Moon before that.
John would love to open on turn 1 Blood Moon, which I think that deck can do.
Turn 1... Yeah, but it would take your entire hand.
I don't think he'd complain about that.
Because he'd have to go land, Opal, like Ornithopter or something.
Yeah.
Tap land, tapped Opal. Opal goes away, play other Opal, Blood Moon.
Yeah.
That's like most of your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Assumptively that he sided out his Mim Knights for some of his side ends, right?
Possibly, yeah.
Mim Knight's the typical side out. It's the go-to side out. Wow. See the Blood Moon at the bottom of his deck while he's shuffling.
That telltale white border.
Yeah. One of 2 Blood Moons that I assume both came in. Alright. Players shuffle up, and then they're going to give themselves as much time as possible. We're going to have a quick turnaround into game 3. Let's get some opening hands. Alright. See what Paul's looking at.
I see 2 different... Is that natural Tron? That is, in fact, natural Tron.
And John's on a mulligan.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Ugin with natural Tron, which is exactly where you want to be.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Because you get to Nat Tron and Ugin.
And I believe that's an Ugin Sanctum.
Yeah.
Pithing Needle.
Ugin himself being 7 mana, so...
Yes.
Right when you hit Tron, Ugin comes down.
No, I believe Ugin's 8.
Ugin's
Karn's
8.
7.
Karn's 7.
Karn's the 7.
Oh, man, these dragons and these golems. I was thinking of Bolus, and I forgot that Ugin is 1 above Bolus.
Yes.
But not on Alenket for some reason. Like, didn't help the Oath of the Gatewatch, like, fight Bolus. It's weird. Double plating.
I see a land. A land. Looks like he's keeping.
Yeah, it looked like a
to the
sure.
bottom.
That's what it looked like. It looked like a sure, I'll keep this. Okay, Ravager was the draw.
Good draw.
Good card.
There's a Mem Knight.
Ah, the correct Midnight. Go big or go home.
Yep, power plant, mine.
John's gonna be very disappointed the next turn.
Yeah. Now, as long as Paul has something to do with it. There's a Blinkmoth Nexus. Into a welding jar? Is that?
He plays those main.
Okay.
Most Affinity decks play 2 main now.
Alright.
Yeah. The advent of Fatal Push.
Ah, yes.
Good old Fatal Push. Something we haven't seen too much on camera of today.
No, not today.
It seemed yesterday that we would, but maybe in the top 8. Fatal Push just being a great catch-all.
No, we have yet to see.
So he didn't have
Grixis.
he didn't have natural Tron.
Oh, he must have a duplicate then.
Yeah, because he would have. You just windmill slam natural Tron, right? Unless he is going to name the Arcbound, and then that he's deciding to go off natural Tron and name the Arcbound because Ugin cost 8.
Yeah.
So then he can do it next turn.
Yeah. And he has named Arcbound Ravager, as we suspected.
And I actually like that play.
Yeah.
If he does have the Tron, then you just Pithing Needle name the Arcbound because you can't cast anything anyways once you do have Tron. That's
there's
great.
The plating.
And there's
plating
an
equipped. Yep, that's 6, 7 damage coming across.
No,
just 6.
It's just 6.
Oblivion Stone. That is in fact Tron.
Yeah,
But
so
for the Oblivion Stone.
That's what he decided to do.
Yeah.
Was go off of the name Arcbound with the Pithing Needle. Go off of natural Tron.
Yeah, and he's got the 4. He can crack that Oblivion Stone whenever he wants. Seems like now's a good time.
So he gets to Oblivion Stone Exiles, right? Does he get to Welding Jar?
No, it does not.
It destroys?
I believe it does, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's getting a Welding Jar here.
What do you target?
What would I target?
Yeah.
Target the Arcbound because the needle's going away.
Hmm.
And you still have 2 technical artifacts on the battlefield. One being a land. Or two of them being a land. Alright. Looks like he's thinking about it. I believe you target the Arcbound. Because he does have plating plus the land.
Yeah.
But I think Arcbound is the safer thing to keep.
Yeah, and he does have second plating in hand. And I believe I saw Vault Scourge as well.
He needs to be the aggressor here. He's thinking about the Vault Scourge. I like attacking. Yeah.
Yeah, equip.
4, right?
Yep.
Looks like he only took 3. Seems incorrect.
I agree.
Also, what seems...
Wow, second O-Stone. Just play it, pop it.
What seems incorrect is John could have had a better turn the previous turn, because there's no reason he can... Oh, the Pithing Needle. Okay, so yeah, he couldn't have stacked with the Arc.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, but...
Wow, back-to-back O-Stones.
So now he gets to go double Vault Scourge here, and he's going to pay 4 life. Yeah, and then animate an attack for 1. Both players agreeing on life totals here. I'm still not sure if I agree on the previous.
Yeah. I feel like that Ravager should have been swinging for 4, not 3.
Right? Because you had the Citadel...
The Ravager itself and the equipment, which is +3, and had a +1/+1 counter on its own. Now here's Ugin, and he's going to crack that Sanctum. Yep.
Let's see what he grabs here. Considering there's a reveal. Oh, that is Platinum Imperium?
He cited in Platinum Imperium?
Remind us what that does.
I believe it's just Platinum Angel, but bigger.
And Vault Scourge actually being one of the few colored cards, so Ugin just gets to eat both of them.
Oh, the value.
Yeah.
There's -2 on Ugin. And there's another star. That's a... Nope, it taps for colorless for free.
John is in a bad spot.
His hand is...
The problem with him sideboarding too is, of course, it's safe for the matchup.
Mm-hmm.
But now, Paul's ahead. You draw Blood Moon.
It doesn't do anything anymore.
It hurts your only attacker.
Yeah, with his 3 board wipes back to back to back.
This is bad. This is a bad place for John to be.
I believe Tron is going to win on camera 2 rounds in a row.
I told you. What did we talk about? 8th edition. It's too good. Has like what? Worship, Blood Moon.
Jeez, isn't that where they get choke?
Tron. Yeah.
The Tron pieces. Wood Elves is 8th edition as well.
Alright, we have an Edge champion here, but it's not Metalcraft.
He can activate that Blink Moth Nexus. He can make it Metalcraft, but it doesn't mean it's not going to eat a Lightning Bolt. Yeah. That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, because Ugin's a colorless source.
Yep. Crack Star, get colored mana.
He thought that it would protect it there.
Ancient Stirrings. That's a Karn.
Oh, man.
More
Last game we watched him brick on Ancient Stirrings. This is not a brick.
No, sir. He's got the mana open to play it, too.
And...
Karn. No, Platinum Empyrean, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's it's looking rough, and
we're scoop.
Yeah, we're in scoop phase with John.
Platinum Empyrean reading: your life total can't change. 8/8 for 8.
Wow. Don't know if that's particularly good against the infect aspect that John's deck kind of brings. But
it's true. It would be very bad against.
But it's a threat.
Nexus?
It's another threat.
Yes.
Right. So he kind of went on this board wipe. Restrict John off of resources. Restrict him off of resources. Restrict him off of resources.
Yeah. Let me just get these 3. 4 for 1.
Dedicate threat.
3 for 1. 2 for 1.
Well, and that's gonna.
And he did bring in those Pyroclasms, Needles, Empyreons. He brought in a lot more cards than we thought. We definitely were not expecting Platinum Empyrean to come in.
Yeah, that...
Green-Red Tron with triple Explorer, man.
He took out the Ulamog's as well. Maybe a bit too slow for his liking. The Explorer is interesting to take out because it just caused him to be faster than Infinity.
It basically won him game 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't... Maybe it's just not as reliable. Maybe it's what you side out for Nature's Claim. Some people just have their general side outs.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
But yeah, that's the second to last round of Swiss. We're almost there. We're almost at top 8.
No, that was round 4. Wasn't it?
No, that was round 5. Ticker at the bottom.
It's round 4.
No. So we had to pick X1s.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
It was in round 5. The ticker at the bottom has been incorrect. It is. We're here, Modern PPTQ here at Ettin Games and Hobbies, and that is going to be your round 5.
That was the end of round 5, yeah. Or correct. It's already been a long day. 20 minutes left. All right.
All right. Let's transition into a little FaceTime with the people.
Hey.
All right. Hey. All right. So what's the take from that match? Robots just didn't get there, right?
Yeah.
Mirrodin's good, but 8th edition's really, really good. Right?
Is that the takeaway there? Does he need his artifact lands?
Dude.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Wizards of the Coast, we need at least one. At least one. Give us the one that's not even on color.
We have one already.
We
still Citadel.
We need at least one colored artifact land that typically isn't even on color for Affinity.
Never again.
Which would be black's on color, red's on color.
If you print the blue one, they'll make it on color by playing Thoughtcast.
Green.
Green?
White. Green or white. Because, like, Dispatch is...
I think you could get away with the green one.
That's what I've had this discussion a couple times with people. The green one is
it's
the general consensus.
I mean, it's objectively the worst of them in that deck.
Mm-hmm.
But then you just play it anyway and like add some green cards. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Plus, it lets you hedge against the mirror.
It does. Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
yeah.
Get your own nature's claims. Let's go.
Yeah, it gives you.
Though I would recommend Natural State.
Yeah.
No life gain there.
Yeah, big fan of Natural State. What would be a choice of why someone would choose Nature's Claim over Natural State?
It doesn't have the restriction that Natural State does, where it can only hit something CMC 3 or less. But in a big deck like Tron, where Nature's Claim gains your opponent 4 life, you don't care, because Worm Coil hits hard.
You're right.
So you're not worried about that. In something like a much more aggressive strategy, we want to get down low, out of the gates fast, hit hard.
Yep.
Natural State would be better if you wanted that effect. Not many of those kind of decks do, but because it doesn't gain your opponent any life, it would be better there.
So from the looks of it, what are we expecting in the top 8? Have you seen any of the top 4 decks? We're expecting the Infect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we are expecting that Infect player.
What else is up there?
We're gonna have to take a look. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Except
so
for
is this we'll be right back?
Yeah, we're gonna be right back. Give us about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna preview the top 4 decks or so.
Yeah, probably what we're expecting to be the draws. Right.
All right.